Hello everyone, I thought I'd take this chance just to explain to you why we've decided to shift to Google Classroom and away from just using the emails to get work backwards and forwards. So Google Classroom is a platform which uses your child's email address, so we can move away from having to rely on parental email addresses, which if you've got more than one child in the house could cause quite a few issues, and onto a system where the children will be able to log into the system using their own email. Now there is emails that are hosted by our school domain, so they're entirely safe. They are not going to be publicly available. They're only available to you and to the school and to your child. Also, Google Classroom as a working platform gives us a central place to store all of the resources we're using to teach your children during this quite difficult and challenging time. It enables us to act more directly across the platform, so we can leave comments on pieces of work. There's a live stream, like a blog, on each of those Google Classroom home pages where children can chat to each other quite safely, and that's all monitored by the teachers. It also has the facility for working completely within Google Classroom. So instead of having to download stuff from emails to look at and then upload it back through email to the class teachers, in Google Classroom, the assignments or the tasks will be in the Google Classroom platform. You can then access them through there, and you can submit the work directly through the Google Classroom platform, and the teacher will be notified as soon as you've done that. We can also give feedback, so just think like we would in Classroom, where we might be marking work, or we might be talking to a child about the work. That can also happen through Google Classroom, and it's a really good motivational tool. Another facility that Google Classroom gives us the ability to hold video sessions if we'd like to, where we can teach small groups or maybe individual children. That'll enable us to kind of deal with any difficulties that children might be having with learning. It also helps us to explain concepts that really are best explained when we can have an interactive conversation with the children who we're teaching to. So Google Classroom kind of moves beyond just the communication with email. Communication with email has been invaluable, and we still encourage everyone to continue to use that for any issues sort of around learning, or if there are any inquiries or anything you want to share with us, which isn't necessarily linked to tasks set in Google Classroom. The email is an excellent way of doing that. But we're hoping to make a shift towards using Google Classroom for all of our interactive activities in the next week or so that we can get a much more dynamic system for working with children. I hope this all makes sense. If you're having any difficulty setting up the Google email address for your child, please use your adult email address to email the year group email addresses, for example, year 4 at Fair Furlong, or year 5 at Fair Furlong, or year 6 at Fair Furlong, so that you can communicate with the teacher. Or alternatively, you could phone the school office or email the school office, and that information can be passed on to the appropriate person to be able to get a good response. I hope that this has been useful. I hope you're keeping yourself safe and well, and we'll see you very soon. Thank you.
Stevenson here. So I'm just going to give you a quick run through on Google Classroom, a bit like a how-to really, so you can see the functions. And obviously Mr. Lang has explained why we are using Google Classroom. So hopefully this will give you a bit of an insight into what it looks like if you haven't managed to log on already. So when you first log into your class, you come to this page here, which is the streaming page. It's kind of like your home page really. And on here is where your teachers will perhaps leave you a comment or a post. So you can see here, this is one that I set to my class this morning today. And then you are able to actually leave a comment on those posts. So you could leave a comment and say something like about the work that day. You might say hello to your classmates. You might ask a question. So what I tried to do today is ask my class to leave me a comment. So leave a comment to tell us what you've been up to. So what I might do is say, I had a lovely walk with my family. And then I can post that. Now, the rest of the children in your class get to see that comment as well. So that is not a private post. That is a post that everybody within your class can see. But what I need to reiterate is it's only the children in your class and the teachers within your year group that are able to see anything on Google Classroom. So your privacy is protected on here, okay? But you've just got to remember that if you do leave a comment on anything on the stream, the rest of your classmates can see that comment too, which I think is a really nice function because it's a way that you can all chat to each other, even if you might not be able to see each other at the moment, okay? On that post there on the page for everybody, we can add things. So I added Mr. Stevens' YouTube video link for the maths activity, and I also put your PowerPoint on there that we sent out an email today too. Okay, so that's the stream posts. The other thing that comes up in the stream are any assignments or activities that we set for you. So as a student, you can click on that and it takes you straight to your assignment. Now, this is the first time I've logged on as a student. So it gives you a little run through. You can add or create files for your classwork in there. And then what happens here is you can see the assignment. So this one here is called Monday Maths. It was set by me this morning for my class. There's a little description in here from your teachers about what to do. And then the assignment is in there, and we can also add other things to help you. So if I click on this, this is the maths assignment. We've got the first page giving you the 3 tasks. And then the next 2 slides are the ones that Mrs. Stevens creates with your worksheets on them. Okay. So then I've also got a video on here, which is White Rose explaining theirs. And I've got Mrs. Stevens one there. They're both things that my teacher thinks will help me. Okay. So what I need to do is then go on add or create, because that means that I can add the work that I've done. Now, what I could do is I could add a link to maybe a website if you've managed to create your work on a website, but I'm not sure that you'll have done that. Or I can add a file, okay? Now, if you have got a some paper at home and you've done your work on paper or you've printed it out, then you can add a photo, okay? And what you can do there is, just like you've been doing on emails, is you can upload a photo as your work. So lots of you have done that already. I've seen Lexi and Nyasha, just a couple of you to name, that have handed in some of your work already. So if I click on this here, I should be able to, now where's it gone? Should be in here. There it is at the bottom. Select the file that I want and I can drag it into there. Now this is obviously if you're using a laptop. I can click upload, okay? And then it's uploading that work for your teacher to see. If you are on your phone, the screen will look slightly simpler, but you can have the app, the Google Classroom app, and I would recommend you downloading that if you can. If not, you can go on Google Classroom as a website and equally go through it through there, and you can still have your work, you can still add a link or a file, and what it will do is it will just go to the files and the photos and the things that you've got on your phone instead of what you've got on your laptop, for example. So I'm ready now to hand it in. Now, what some children have done is they've actually added maybe 3 pictures because they've got 3 sheets. That's absolutely fine too. So I can click hand in. I want to hand that in, and that's my maths work ready to go. Now, here we can leave a class comment. And this is a class comment for everybody to see. So I might say something like, hi, everyone. I found question 3 difficult today. How did you do? Okay. You might ask a question to your teacher that you don't mind everybody else seeing. So I could say, hi, Miss Stevenson. Miss Stevenson, I'm really stuck on question 3. Can you help me, please? Because your other classmates might be doing that, okay? Equally, what you might want to do is leave a private comment, and this is what some of you have done already, and I'm really happy you're using this function. This is only for your teacher to see. So if I put that in there, I'm stuck in question 3, add that in, your teacher will now see that comment, okay? They will be able to respond to you and you'll have a little chat going here, okay? So that should be everything to do with your work. Now, if I go back to this home page, this is the stream that we were looking at before. I went on the assignment by clicking on it there, but what you can also do is go to the top where it says Classwork and click on that tab, and then you can access it here as well. So you'll see actually last week, I uploaded a topic activity and a welcome quiz, okay? Do not worry about going back and completing those activities from before if you are logging in new today. That is not a worry at all. I would just say get yourself logged in, have a look at that home page, and then have a look at trying to upload some work that you've been set by your teacher today. Okay, so if I click on that math assignment again, I can view it and it takes me back to that page that I saw before. Okay, if for example you upload the wrong picture, you can click unsubmit, and that means that you are taking back the hand in. You have maybe got work there ready to go, but actually you think, oh, I've uploaded the wrong picture, I want to have another go at something. So you can take back the assignment that you gave to your teacher. You can X on there and it will get rid of the picture that you wanted to upload. Okay, it's not getting rid of your comment. If you think you want to delete that comment and write a new one, you can click on that little tab there and click delete too. And that means that your comment has gone for everybody to see. Okay, so let's go back to our home page by clicking on Shark's class. If you click here, you can see the children in your class. You can't click on those, unfortunately, so you can't, it's not a way that will allow you to communicate. That's just to keep you guys safe. Okay, so you can see the children that are in your class, but you cannot do that. What you can do is send your teacher an email if you need to about something. You can click on that button there. But what I would say is that use the private comment section first, because it's really easy to have a quick conversation between your teacher and you through that function. Okay. The final thing is that this stream page will have a little reminder at the side of anything that you've got coming up. Okay, so you can see here we've got due today is the maths. As the week goes on, you might have some more things coming up there. Okay, so that was your quick how-to. Let me recap. You've got your home page here, which is called the streaming page. Here you'll see your assignments come up, and you'll also have your links to the posts, and you can comment for your class. Okay, I can delete that as well if I think I've typed it wrong or I don't want to send that anymore. And you can see what everybody's doing here. All right, you can also share something with your class. So you might say, hi, Year 6, really missing you all. Here's some work that I did today. But your teacher has to verify that first. Okay, so your teacher's got to make sure that that's okay for it to go on there. Then you can go to your classwork, and this is where you're going to get all of your assignments. Now, as Year 6, we're going to expect you to hand in a maths, a literacy, and a topic each week through your assignments. And as we get a bit more familiar with it, we will kind of up that to maybe one thing a day. That doesn't mean to say that we don't want you to do everything else that was on the original PowerPoint that we send out, that's got all of your tasks, your writing, your PE, whatever. We obviously want you to try as much of that as you can, but we will expect you to hand in a maths, writing and a topic on here for the first instance this week, and then we'll address it from there. Okay, and then you've got the people where you can email your teacher if you need to, if the comments is not enough, and then you can see your classmates there, but you can't email those. Okay, so hopefully that was a really good run through, and we look forward to having more of you on here. It will be really, really good to get using this more often. Okay, thanks guys, take care, bye.